Hello YouTube, the Eye of Stone here. This is day 7 of Thief Deadly Shadows. This is our first time visiting Auldale, the rich district of the city. This is also our final approach before we climb the wall and land straight into the Shale Bridge Cradle. I'm not going to rush through this one. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the rounds in the other areas of the city. There's a couple things I need to take care of, and I want to go into it more or less maxed out, although there's really relatively little use we're going to get out of most of our items and accoutrements in the cradle, within the cradle itself, but we will also see the sights in Auldale, and then visit Inspector Drept, and then we shall proceed. Let's get to it. Here we go. This is Garrett's safe house, an old quarter. Obviously, his apartment. It's kind of a dangerous place to be right now. It's up on the rooftops here in Old Quarter. Nope, missed it. Oh well. Oh, that's slick. Looks like the fun's already started out here. So as I said, we don't want to go that way. As I said, we're just going to
You have interfered. That's our mission. There. Is it Garrett? I hear someone.
let's try to drag these two into a conflict.
The sound of trickery.
Time to die, you! Stung! Gotcha!
I have the betrayer here. Back to our mission.
Alright, that cleared our way a little bit.
Perhaps I was too eager.
Before me!
The betrayer here.
Coward!
Let there be no further delays.
Loose.
Eliminate.
Make sure you stay down. Okay, let's go inside Fort Ironwood. Again, I just sort of want to do the rounds before we even reach Auldale.
First the...
I did
Thou
hear thee
found!
this time.
Thou shalt regret thy trespass!
Okay, guys, I'm a friend.
I can't not find it either.
Not well done.
Surely we have looked enough.
This is the second time in this Let's Play the hammers here in Fort Ironwood have been exhibiting extremely glitchy behavior. And we lost the storyline conversation as a result. I don't know what's up with these dudes, but they sure are trigger happy. Let's just go heal up, put the hammer down.
Hey! Die, malformed beast!
What?
Needs must I get help? I had best be
Builder, aid me against this spawn! Oh, thou villain! I shan't get thee yet! Ah! Curse thee for a scoundrel! I cannot fall! Builder, aid me! Your blood will be shed now! I shall avenge!
Yow. You guys gotta get it together in this place. This is starting to feel like Thief the Dark Project again with how badly you guys are getting reamed. I don't know, guys. This is not usually how this area behaves. All the work I've done here apparently has had no effect.
But 'tis the builder's piece now.
Might as well just take
Watch
a breather.
thyself.
Take a breather. You watch yourself. Just can't keep this place in order. Well, I am healed and managed to make it out of there alive, which is a lot more surprising than I thought it would be. Let us continue with the buffoonery.
The imbalance is gone. Evaded.
Soaking it twice a day in ox blood, which stings like an angry patch of nettles, I'll tell you that. And a strict diet of kidney pies and soured milks.
And the bad humors in your gut?
The wife rubs my head with barley mash and no weekly baths, which causes an excess of humors about the house, Doc says.
All that and still not improved.
Well, looks worse, but it doesn't hurt no more, which could be a good sign.
Bathing causes excess humors, eh?
Doc says lots of ailments could be avoided altogether if only we didn't bathe so frequent like.
I'll wager that whole arm has to come off before Tuesday. Mark my words.
Oh. Okay. Let me try to sort of take stock here. I'll do that later. Let's see about getting to... no, we'll go visit her later. I'm just mainly trying to stay out of sight. It's busy tonight. Okay, let's go to the docks. Just look before we leap. Again, it's a busy night. We've got a special frenemy.
Always alert. He will attempt to evade.
There's our special frenemy.
Oh, please.
Oh, he's coming this way. Okay. Let's get this out of sight. Uh-huh. Good enough. Oh, figures. Boy, are you gonna go get the City Watch? Involving yourself in things that don't concern you? Nosy commoner. Or are you just gonna stand there and stare? Alright. Oh, swell. Swell.
Sensing a possible enemy. Was that the one?
I'm a lot more than a possible enemy.
Quiet night?
I'm gonna give you some unnecessary ventilation as well.
Sense what that was.
It just brings everything to a standstill.
The noises are not.
Okay, let's go in here.
Well, what's the delay? You got something you want to fence or not?
Maybe not. Since you're such a...
Sure is a lot of stuff, Garrett.
Okay, let's see. Go ahead and take one of those. I've got plenty of these. Can never have too many of those. Water arrows. Let's see here. Probably maxed out on these. Nope, not yet. We do have some purchases to make. I am indeed still at full health. Okay. I, define rounds as, going to the fences and going to the illegal establishments. Just getting loot turned into money and money turned into resources. And, picking up the freebies that are the regenerating freebies along the way to keep costs down. We do this ahead of time. We'll be able to play more when we get to Auldale. Just focus on making a character out of it, showing sort of the personality of the place. Yeah, we can not run into this guy, that's for sure. We don't want to do that. I don't like the Keeper Enforcers. In case you hadn't noticed, they're just a pain. I mean, it would have been cute once, but yeah. And, just to make reference to what everybody's been saying in the comments section, I mean, I am not... That's one opinion about Thief that I am not alone in. I think probably the comments sections for many Thief videos on YouTube, Thief Deadly Shadows videos on YouTube, but especially the comments sections of my Thief Deadly Shadows. Well, not especially. Any comment section about Thief Deadly Shadows on YouTube that mentions the Keeper Enforcers is probably going to read pretty similar to the way the comments sections of my last couple videos do, because those last couple of videos we've been dealing with the Enforcers. If I could, if I could talk a little better right now, that was what I was trying to say. You saw nothing.
I said something. Continue the hunt.
long and babbling explanation.
Ooh, he was overeager, guys. Do you want to see what he was overeager for?
Long story short, people don't like the enforcers. Don't shoot the messenger.
What's the word on the street? I need some good news for a change, Garrett. Only you could nab this much stuff, Garrett. Did you leave those folks anything?
Nothing. I am highly trained.
Take your time, look around. Here at the Well-Equipped Thief, we pride ourselves on stocking everything a person like yourself might need.
All I need is you, Thomas.
Have you heard? Quarantine's been lifted. Thought the sir would like to know.
Let's see. I think this is just about all he's going to be able to do for us. Yeah. Alright. Well, let's see if we can't. I ought to take that guy down too, but oh, that's not stealthy. Alright, so we will head on over to Stone Market. It's probably a waste of time, but we're going to do it anyway. I apologize for being so low energy, guys. Once we get to Auldale, I will shift into higher gear. Good news is the old employment situation in your Eye of Stones. Vestigial. Well, before we were interrupted by that, I was going to say the situation with my so-called real life is improving, kind of in between. The last few days I have just been exhausted, but now it's going to get better. I just I can go for 20.
Come see. I just saw something really odd.
I'll come and have a look.
20, 30 hours without any sleep. But, uh-oh.
Mine arm has proven worthy against the non-believer.
See, that's why I ally with the hammers. That right there.
What's the point in hiding?
They'd probably do it anyway, but this way they won't then turn around and attack me. Let him go.
Hey, I'm a merchant, you know. A very dangerous merchant.
Okay. Let's go around here. Stay away from the trouble. Uh-oh. Bad place to be.
Again? Is that you doing that?
Bleeding here.
I'm not gonna clean this blood up, I'll tell you that.
Is someone being clever?
It sure isn't you, old Benny.
Nothing. Nobody. But I sure had myself going for a while there. Blood? Was there a fight here?
All right.
Looking for something special today? Let me know, Garrett. Hey, ever think of having a partner?
Oh. I work alone.
Touch me again and I'll clean your clock.
Hello? What's the matter?
Well, I mean,
I know.
Uh-oh. I heard that. Move out where I can see ya.
what is clock slang for in the city? I don't know.
What?
Maybe that would be not such a bad thing. Alright. Let's see if there's another battle royale going on down here. Might actually be spared any excitement.
Who's that, I wonder?
It's your mom. Just gonna go back to the docks and go to Auldale by way of Old Quarter. Without getting filled full of arrows. Okay. Bring around the Rosie. Yes. Okay, now that, of course, is where we are ultimately going to end up. But first, we have to pay homage to the plot progression.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Some bloody fool.
Run. Shoot. Okay, he's an archer. That'll buy me time. Of course. Figures. Well, these aren't going to be any use to us in the cradle, so
I read my tea leaves this morning. They told me you'd be here and that you'd need to buy something. Yes, the tea leaves never lie.
okay, so that was the last practice lock, the gold practice lock. So when we're done with the cradle, we will try that out the next time we can safely get back to Garrett's apartment. Let's get this guy out of sight. I am going to have to come back through the Old Quarter. Okay, Auldale. Finally.
Dale, one of the richest districts of the city, where high society types take strolls in the park or visit the museum with all their leisure time. Every thief in town knows there's plenty of wealth and baubles to be stolen among the opulence. Only a few know how to get at it. But I've got other things on my mind. It's not enough that every keeper in the city is trying to kill me, but now there's a mysterious old woman after me as well. So I've come to Auldale to find Inspector Drept. From what I've heard, he's obsessed with the fable of a murderous hag, and I'm sure there's a connection. I hope he has a lead for me, because if he doesn't, then I'm at a dead end.
Also put the car in reverse.
We're lucky to have him. With Inspector Drept taking offices so close, should keep the riffraff at bay.
I haven't noticed any difference in the level of riff-rafferty. In fact, I don't feel safe walking down my own street. And Wilson says there's an absolute throng of pagans that have taken over the park.
Throng, really? Is he sure it's pagans? Maybe they're just, shabby.
Either way, when's the last time you enjoyed a stroll through the Auldale Public Gardens? Lady Cafferty?
Well, just the other... Was it... I'm sure I recall it wasn't too long ago.
So much for your Inspector Drept keeping us all safe.
Really, Oscar? You poo-poo everything. Besides, I really do feel safer.
I'll wager you only feel safe when you're in the pub, considering the inspector's workshop is right near there. Am I right?
Tut-tut. The discussion is over.
Why not? It's just heating up. I want the discussion to continue.
I said I don't want to see it.
Ah, come on. Now who's got the bad humors, eh? Look, not even a scar.
I don't believe it.
But it's true, see? Good as new.
But that thing infested to the very bone. I was sure they'd have to resort to the knife.
Doc says once you get rid of the bad humors, then the ox blood can do its job.
That plus no bathing, still.
Say, what's that on your hand?
Oh, I don't know. Just a scrape, an abrasion or something. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, who's got money for a doctor, right?
And the circle begins again. Okay. Now, it's got the wrong shingle, but this establishment here, some people have said this might be at least a partial homage to the Crippled Burrick. Of course, the Crippled Burrick has a very specific shingle. I'm not saying this building right here that we just took that this guy was leaning against is the Crippled Burrick, but it's the closest thing in this game to it.
Ah, Garrett. It's been a long time. So long, in fact, I was sure you were dead or rotting in a cell somewhere. I guess I should have remembered how resourceful you are. Anyway, I suppose the polite thing to do would be to say hello, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Mind you, the Crippled Burrick, I'm pretty sure, is very specifically not in Auldale, but...
This place hath nothing of value for thee to steal.
I'm more interested in those papers of yours. If they can tell me anything about a crone that talks to statues.
Thou hast seen the hag?
Not just seen. She tried to kill me, but I hear you've been trailing her for years.
Yea, I hath followed her trail, but it hath not been clear. I hath even doubted anon that her crimes weren't more than my own imaginings. But that thou hast seen her as well. 'Twas in my boyhood, in the orphanage known as the Shalebridge Cradle, that I spied her. I didst play at a game with mine friend, and I was hidden, and my friend sought me. Then a hag, a bent and evil apparition, came from the darkness, near enough to touch, and my friend did scream. But I was a child, and afraid, and then 'twas over. The orphanage grew a dark and haunted place, and now none dare enter. When came I to mine manhood, and was saved by the order of the hammer, I sought the hag again. The hag wears death about her as a cloak. So who meet her doth vanish, others perish with bloody work done upon their bodies. There are hints spoken of creatures made of stone, and ever the tale of a hag, a bent old woman, ever old, but growing no older, in a span that hath taken me from boyhood to mine own age.
Can you tell me how to find her?
She finds her prey now in Auldale, but 'twas in Shalebridge her murders didst begin. Seekest thou a start upon her trail there? 'Tis the only place I hath e'er spied her for certain, but I dare never return to that place.
That's a good place to start looking. I have no interest in being the latest in her string of murders.
Anyway, I think we can confidently say that this building over here on the left is not the Crippled Burg. It just sort of reminds me a little bit of the building you see in Ambush from Thief the Metal Age. Not terribly close, but sort of. I'm not suggesting the Crippled Burg is in Auldale.
Watches, more careful.
I think Thief 2014 said South Quarter. I don't even, because my brain is shot, I don't remember what Thief the Metal Age said off the top of my head.
Hello, Steve.
God help us, it's probably somewhat up for interpretation. So this is the garden that the pagans have taken over. It's a pagan area, and here, snoring loudly, is very probably the Great Larkspur. Along with Diane and Shaman Woodbine, one of the three major pagan warlords, and he's fast asleep.
Get him.
Job must keep him busy. So there's the usual amenities here. This elemental thingy you can use to repair your faction status. There's a healing font, hiding spots. Now we have a little mob war to get involved in, but first let's listen to these two.
Well, of course they died, Amanda, old girl. The two of them didn't have half a brain between them.
Exactly my point, Zachary. The mother, now she had a brain and a plan. Women often do. The whole thing was her idea. Trouble is, they were too pea-brained to pull it off. Snuffed out by some security device, of course. But after they were already inside the museum.
Well, if you're game, I am too. Should be an absolute bundle of fun. I can't wait to outwit a guard. I do hope there'll be guards. But we should do it soon, before the City Watch discover that tunnel we found.
Really, Zachary? If they haven't found the tunnel yet, there's no reason to think they'll ever find it. No. There's time for more planning before our naughty little heist.
You're not going to spoil the fun and go all scaredy-cat on me, are you, Amanda?
Of course not, Zacky Poo. I just want everything to go perfectly. I mean, there's only one museum, and I don't want to rush in without the right outfit.
Quite right, darling. Proper attire. I hadn't thought of that.
So, of course, you know, there's the two thugs who were going to try to break into St. Edgar's Church earlier, and now there's these two who want to break into the museum. Haha. Alright. You disrupt my mission. Never quite get used to that ragdoll physics engine. Alright, now this is the canal, and This is going to become relevant later. It's not relevant right now. That is going to be relevant later. We're not going to do that at this point. We'll do that. I'm going to save that for next time. But we've got some protection racket gone wrong here. So we're going to fix it. We're going to solve the problems.
Right. But why? Why? I can't even get into my own shop.
Yeah, about that. See, I decided it ain't your shop no more. It's mine.
Can't do that. I'll go to the city watch. I have friends in high places.
Sure, go tell your friends about how you sold me fool's gold. They'll be really extra special interested in that part. Are you sure you want your friends checking on the things you sold them over the years?
Well, the nerve of your insinuation.
Still, I don't see you running out the door to tell the city watch.
I could repay you. It would just take me a few days, gather the cash.
It's too late for that. Besides, it's more than just the money, see? I gotta make an example of you. Just so as everyone knows they can't mess with Jimmy the Knife.
Well, I'll just go to my shop then and remove those boards myself.
Sure, you could try to play it that way. But if I see you doing it, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Kill me? You! You're the one who deserves to die!
That almost sounded like a threat, Fogarty, you worm. Don't make me make an example out of you. Now scram. I hate the sight of you.
Oh, a new note. What's it say? Basically what it says is, Jimmy, only one thing's gonna make it right. Jimmy, you gotta die tonight. The game said it. I didn't say it. I'm just doing what the game told me to do. Can take away any bullies messing with you. Want people to get freaked out.
I hope that Jimmy the Knife gets in a bar fight and ends up stabbed right through the heart. Then I'd open up my shop again. But
coming through, common folk.
Never been that lucky.
Oh, your luck is about to improve. And loose.
I can't be wrong this time.
That was a pretty long stagger. I thought I was going to have to shoot him again, and I actually did, but...
I guess it was the wind I heard.
He's been murdered! Guards! Over here!
You might have had something to do with it, Fogarty. Your wishes were not for his good health. Okay. Basically, this is Auldale. There's some things we haven't gotten to around here tonight, but this is a good introduction to Auldale. So let us make our way back to the old quarter and get where we've been trying to get. Stay out of trouble long enough to get back there.
I sees you, Sneaksy. Bees you not try or anything.
No, sir. Now we just, again, carefully make our way over to the Shale Bridge Cradle. Really would prefer to avoid any complications going in. Try to move around him, but why do I have the sunk feeling the game is going to be a pain about this? I think the area outside the cradle is a spawn point. I could be wrong about that. I don't really know any of that. But sometimes this game knows exactly the wrong time to start spawning. Yep, there's like 50 guards over there. 50 City Watch.
Be aware. Garrett has proven he can be lethal.
I'm probably going to have to be lethal just to get past that boy. Looks like one of those guards is stuck on that railing somehow. That could help in sneaking up on him, but let's try to...
When we find Garrett, act swiftly. Do not hesitate. He has keeper training.
Alright, we don't want you coming back over here. We've got to make a smaller class out of this. There's like 2 or 3 of them. There's the Hammerite, and there's like 2 or 3 City Watch. Good Lord. There's still 2 of them over there. Probably spawned more of them by knocking those 2 out. But maybe not.
Stay safe.
They just decided to be nasty because they knew that's where I need to get to. Boy.
Thou hast seen me before, Garrett. Keep thine eyes respectful.
Why don't you just introduce me to your City Watch buddies there, brother? It's a waste of water arrows. I really do not want to go in here on the back end of a fight.
Stay safe.
Thought it was lit a minute ago.
Alright, we're going for it.
Your interference must end.
The Shale Bridge Cradle. It used to be an insane asylum, and before that, it was an orphanage. One night a fire started, no one knows how, and after that, they left the place abandoned. If there's a way to cram more misery into one building's history, I can't think of it. I'm here to learn about the old woman who attacked me in the Keeper compound. Drept said he saw the hag here at the orphanage long ago, when his childhood friend was murdered. He's never dared to come back, but I don't think I have much choice. It's a thin lead, but it's all I have left. I've never robbed an orphanage before, and I can't say I'm looking forward to this visit. There's no telling what I'll find inside. I'm used to the dark, but this feels like a house with bad dreams.
Difficulty set to expert. I will see everybody back next time for the big show.